So hi everybody and welcome back to C++ tutorials for absolute beginners. This is video 300 and in this video we continue with our value categories. In our last video we talked about L values and why they can't be moved, because there are many problems which could occur because of these references and security problems and readability problems. There are many problems. That's why they said L values should not be moved. But then we get a little bit irritated with, not with this diagram, with this diagram, because if you remember, here it says L value can't be moved. That's right, that's what we talked in our last video. But when we watch this here, this, it says, is a X value, but interesting is an L value, there are other L values which you can move, and they are called just X values. So that is a little bit irritating, because like I said, last video I explained to you L values can cause big problems and so on, and now there are X values which can be moved. But before we dive into the X values here and why there are some L values which can be moved and so on, we have to talk first about PR values. And why that? Because PR values can be moved, and we have to understand what moving means. In my last video I just explained that L values can't be moved, but PR values here can be moved, okay, and what means moving. And then it will be very easy to understand this X value later. So let's dive into PR value and why they can be moved. And actually, if you understand the concept of L value, why they can't be moved, then PR value will be very easy. And the reason for that is, let's make an example again with Paint here. And let's take again our standard example, which I already had from here. Let's copy into this one here. And let's take this one here and paste this. So here's this example. All right. So what is here an R value, first of all? An R value is this one. This number here. So, and the second question, why is this an R value? It is an R value because we have figured out this number here has not a location which we can get access, because we have figured out till now that an L value, for example this C, has a location, it has identity. Identity means we can uniquely distinguish this from other objects or anything. And on the other side, this number here, this has not a location which we can access. It is temporarily created. Temporarily means here I just wrote this number here without taking it from any other places. I just wrote it, and the C compiler will create this temporary number and assign it then here. Okay, so an R value is temporarily created. And what means this temporarily created? Temporarily created means, again, in very easy terms, it is just created where you read it. That is the easiest way to think of it. It is just created here, and it is used, and after the statement here, after this semicolon, this value is gone. It has done his purpose, and okay, it's no more used, and the compiler will discard this value or whatever. And this kind of stuff is very important to understand, because if you understand that this value here, this number, is just created right now at this point, in contrast to C, for example. The C could be created before. For example, here I can use C here, and the C you can see is created here above, for example. Then in contrast, this number is created just here, and with this property that it is just created here, we can move it. So why it makes sense to move this value And here the answer is, you can think a little bit before I say it if you want, why it's easy to move this one here. Think about an L value. What was the problem of an L value? What is here the benefit of this PR value? And now I say it, we can move it because this one is just created. It is not associated with anything. So it has no references, it had no other problems what for example this L value would have. Like I said, this L value could be created at the start and you change it after 1,000 lines, and then it was referenced a million times between. And to move this one would cause many problems. On the other side here, this R value, I just created it here. After the semicolon, it has done his purpose, and that's why we can move it. Move it means here there is no worry about it has references, it has anyhow other use cases in other places where it can break code. That's all about this PR value. That's why we can move it. So there is no problem. So when we go back here, not here, perhaps here, to this PR value, this R value, the only reason we can move it here without any problem is it is just created at the place most time, and after the semicolon it's most time done. It done its purpose, which means it has no associative connection to any other code, which means there will be no problem if I just move a PR value. And yeah, that's it. That we have to understand. Later we understand this with examples. But here again, this diagram is nice. When we watch this one, you can see, so the first property, it can be moved. And again, when we talk about values, we talk all the time about the two properties. Remember, these two properties are describing value categories. Oops, and this one is a value category. You can see can be moved, PR value, this, and then has no identity. And again, why it has no identity, we have said, so the easy way is to see identity is got this number here, storage which the programmer can access. For example, can I reference this one, or can I ask this storage for this one as a programmer to use in my code? The answer is no. That will be probably not an L value then, because we need this for identity, these two properties. All right, so, and again, here is L value, can't be moved. Again, why not? Like before, got many break code, math, readability problem, and so on. And the second property is has identity. Yes, L value has an identity. We can get, like here, the address. I can reference it to this one. I can point to it, and I can show it even if I want. So these two things should be clear now, what an L value is and an PR value. Okay, we have to make a little bit more complex examples later, but right now this example is okay. Very simple. It is just a value which is just created, no references or whatever, so we can use it directly and move it later also directly when we have something like that. Important here is it has no a PR value has no references, which means like the L value could have million references like so. This one is a reference to the C, and a PR value, this value will have not a reference, which means it can't break code in other places. If you understand this simple concept, then we have covered these two blocks here. And the last block is this X value, which is also not too difficult. It's a little bit only confusing because, like I said, L values here at start can't be moved, but here they are actually moving an X value, and we have to talk about this one in the next video. So if you have any questions like all time, write it in the comment section. See you next video. Bye, good luck, and like all time, have fun. Bye.